getting my Christmas gift. Look, 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 look. Hey, are you making a delivery?
Yes.
I'm Rachel. Yay! Thank you so much. Happy holidays. So Apple is so bomb. Literally ordered this 2 hours ago. They delivered it to my door. So excited. Can't get to my apartment fast enough. And it's so pretty. Yes, fiance. Yes. Yes. Let me get this open. So pretty. What's up, Bibbies? Welcome back. So glad you're here. Super excited about my Christmas gift. I did not know it was coming today. And King Fiance Bae can hardly ever keep any of my gifts until the special day. He always gives me them early or gives me some type of hint. And I knew this was coming for Christmas because, again, he always tells me he cannot keep these secrets that long. But I didn't know it was coming today. So I'm so excited to have it. Yeah, it's gonna help me do a lot more work. I was being held back by my old laptop. It had absolutely no space on there. I've had it since college and it just was giving me the blues. So I'm so excited to be upgraded, especially before the start of the new year. So I had committed to fitness, which was supposed to be, I said it was going to be daily vlogs for the rest of the year, right? And
Hey, what happened?
while I really wanted to do that and felt that I had the time and the energy and the motivation to, what I did not take into consideration was that I did not have the skill. It takes some skill to get content, to film yourself while you're in the moment and get things to post. I find that I'm going through my day and I'm thinking back like, dag, why did I not record that? Dag, why did I miss that on camera? Dag, that would have been funny to show. And it just takes some skill. That's a skill that I'm going to have to work on. That may come a lot more naturally to other people, but what I'm learning over the course of the month, after trying and trying and trying, is that I'm not good at it. And a daily vlog is going to be a little bit of a stretch for me until then. And it's cool. I'm not going to beat myself up for it, because my whole reason for saying I was going to do a daily vlog was so that I could just spend the month learning. And that's still happening. I'm still accomplishing my goal. I'm still learning a lot. I'm learning what it takes. I'm learning editing. I'm learning YouTube. I'm getting practice just being in front of the camera and opening up and showing you guys my personality. So all that's still happening, and the outcome is just going to be a little bit different. So I am going to just restructure my goal. So my goal for the rest of the month is to just keep exploring, working with my schedule, and figuring out what's going to work going into January so that I can have a schedule. And daily vlogging is not actually my plan for the channel. So I'm just going to spend the rest of the month continuing to vlog, but also giving you guys content like what I actually have envisioned for the channel and just figuring out what works. So that's the goal. And I really was thinking about it, and the crazy thing is, I did what I always do. I always overcommit myself out of enthusiasm and excitement. I always do that. And I thought that I had learned that lesson this year with my fitness and a lot of other projects that I took on this year, but here's another example of where I still need practice of not doing that. So let me hop right into where I had the game messed up, how I can do better moving forward, and exactly where I should have known better. Now, this is exactly the principle that is the foundation of all my coaching to my fitness and nutrition clients, but it seems I have a difficult time applying it to other aspects of life, and that just means I need more practice. This happens along the journey of developing new habits. So let's jump right into it. Small incremental changes result in massive results. This is a quote from Atomic Habits, a book written by James Clear, where he talks about applying the compound effect to your habits. Now, you may understand the compound effect when it comes to investing, but this book talks about applying it to your habits. And when we do this, we have to keep in mind that success is a product of our daily habits, not sustained motivation. So no matter how motivated we wake up in the morning, if we don't take our habit change into account, we usually won't see our goals into fruition. So first we look into automation. What type of things can we do to our environment or in our daily routine that would make the task needed to accomplish our goal more effortless and or inevitable? Take getting out of debt for an example. A task that you may want to automate is your bill and debt reduction payment, so that there aren't an extra task on your to-do list. It becomes a no-brainer and it happens automatically. Now, technology isn't the only way to automate a preferred behavior. Let's take losing weight as another example. Using smaller plates to control your caloric intake is another way to passively just ensure that you're not overeating. You could also do this by subscribing to a meal prep service so you aren't responsible for prepping your meals every single day, and limiting the amount of high-calorie snacks you have in your home is also another way to prevent overeating or binging on them. It's not saying you'll never have them. It's saying that you're putting some friction in the way so that it's less likely for you to do that unwanted behavior. Now, a final example, becoming a daily vlogger, which is where I was struggling. Sometimes just having a simple and clear plan can make it more inevitable that you will accomplish your goal. Rather than trying to freestyle your way or figure it out as you go, having a plan can keep you in action. So something like a content calendar would have went a long way when it came to me posting daily vlogs. And now, once you've gotten through automating some of those simple habits, we set our sights on mastery. There will be some new tasks that need to be mastered. That is, new skills and habits that need to be developed so that rather than jumping in focused purely on a big outcome, we set the goal to on a daily basis become more skilled and masterful so that our small incremental changes inevitably become a big transformation. Let's go back to getting out of debt. A skill you may need to become more proficient at is learning to balance a zero-based budget with your debt payments included. So this would mean you may need to practice living on less so that you don't get into more debt and so that you're not late on your payments, and you're learning how to chop away at those debt payments until it becomes an effortless part of your routine. If we revisit losing weight, We may find that spending time learning more healthy meals that we can actually enjoy so that we aren't subject to being miserable on a restrictive diet is exactly what it would take for us to keep the daily motivation to stay on the wagon rather than falling off time and time again. And then if we go back to becoming a daily vlogger, where I jumped head in with no real plan, forgetting that it would take getting masterful at filming, editing, and uploading, being more natural on camera. All of these things would make the process a lot more effortless, and I'd be able to crank out more quality videos on a regular basis. But without developing that mastery, I would be working overtime, laboring through the process to the point where I could possibly burn out or give up on my goal. So when our daily goals become to develop the habit of completing smaller tasks, reaching our goal becomes a matter of when rather than if. Our identity will start to shift as we prove to ourselves with daily wins that we are capable of having exactly what we want, because we become a person capable of exactly what we want. Now, what happens when we don't keep these things in mind? We flop. Right on our face, and maybe sometimes in front of others. When we flop, we never see the fruits of our labor, all because we're so ambitious that we don't want to pay attention to the habits we need to develop or the people that we need to become. Or we skip over habit automation and try to will ourselves to success and eventually burn out. If we get caught up in this cycle too many times, eventually we start to think we really don't want the goal just because we're having a hard time willing ourselves to be consistent at it. Next thing you know, we're on a downward spiral, everything's out of whack, and sometimes we even forget why we started in the first place. This downward spiral causes us to be less ambitious, no longer wanting to try things out of fear of failure. We fall into a comfort zone, sticking to what we know, even when it no longer serves us, or we're feeling unfulfilled and maybe miserable. And worst of all, we chance turning into a hater, upset with those out there doing a damn thing, all because we can't get out of our own way and be humble enough to take the baby steps needed to become great or achieve our big goal. So y'all, run that back if you need to listen again, okay? It's a video. Rewind, press play, listen, contemplate. But that's what I got for you guys tonight. It is almost 2 o'clock in the morning. I was very adamant about getting this video up and punching perfectionism in the face, just like one of my favorite YouTube channels, Think Media, encourages us to do. And I acknowledge that I may have left you hanging on Vlogmas. I want to apologize, and I want to let you know that I'm going to re-promise you at least one video a week. But what I'm going to promise is that I'm going to bring you the bangers. I'm going to bring you good content. I'm going to bring you value. I'm going to share what I know. I'm going to coach you through some habit building so that in 2021, we are not setting goals and flopping, okay? We are setting goals and developing the habit and becoming the people who are capable of achieving those habits, okay? Like I always say, we're in this together. I can't put everything in one video. There's so much more to learn. So if you're with me and on the journey, go ahead, like, subscribe, comment. Let me know if you got some value out of this, and then also share it with a friend so we can grow our community. All right? I'm going to check in with you guys next week, not tomorrow, next week. Night, night, guys.